Math 7, Unit 2 Solving, Lesson 11, Part 1, Solving Multi-Step Inequalities, Introductory Examples. Solve 5x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 11. Graph the solution. Alright, we'd start with getting the 5x by itself. We need a positive 4 to get rid of the negative 4. This gives us 5x greater than or equal to 11 plus 4 is 15. Then we are going to get rid of the 5 using division. This will give us 1x, which is just x, greater than or equal to 3. So our solution, x is greater than or equal to 3. On our number line, we're going to need to have the number 3 on there. I'll go ahead and throw a couple more numbers on there to make it a nice proper number line. 3 is included in our number line, and it looks like x is greater than or equal to, so we will draw our arrow of included answers, included solutions, to the right, the greater numbers. Solve b divided by negative 3 plus 4 less than 13. Graph the solution. To get rid of the plus 4, by the way, we need to get this variable term by itself first. We do that by doing a negative 4 on both sides. That gets rid of the positive 4, making it become 0. 13 minus 4 is 9. B divided by negative 3. We need to multiply both sides by negative 3. And B, wait, anytime you multiply by a negative, you need to switch the direction of the sign. So b is greater than negative 27. So on our number line, negative 27 is going to be the important number here. Let's throw a few more numbers on. Negative 27, if I go up 2, I get to negative 25, then negative 23, negative 21. Going down, you get to negative 29, negative 31. So there's a pretty good number line. The boundary point, negative 27, is not included, so I'll have an open circle there. And it looks like b is greater, so I need to go towards the greater numbers. So there's the solution graphed. Okay, solve the inequality, graph the solution. 6y minus 7 greater than 5. We get rid of the minus 7, the negative 7, with a positive 7 on both sides. This gives us 6y greater than 12. Next, to get the y by itself, we need to get rid of the 6. 6 divided 6 will get us to 1. So we'll want to divide by 6 on both sides. This gives us 1y, which is just y, greater than 2. So y is greater than 2. We need a 2 on our number line. Throw a couple more numbers on just for good measure. And the 2 is not included, so it's open. And it says y is greater than 2, so we need the arrow going towards greater numbers. Okay, next. 4 minus 3d greater than or equal to 19. I get rid of the 4 with a negative 4. That gives me the 0. Negative 3d, just bringing it straight down, is greater than or equal to 15. Next, I need to get the d by itself. Negative 3, if I divide it by negative 3, it will give me the 1. But since I'm dividing by a negative, I need to immediately switch the sign direction. And this gives me d is less than or equal to 15 divided by negative 3 is negative 5. So d is negative 5, less than or equal to negative 5. So on my number line, negative 5 is definitely on there. That looks pretty good. And negative 5 is included, so I'll have a filled-in circle there. D is less than or equal to, so it goes in this direction. Because I switched the sign on this one, it would be a good idea for me to double check a solution. Let me try negative 10. 4 minus 3 times negative 10 greater than or equal to 19. 3 times negative 3 times negative 10 is 30. This is 4 plus 30, which is 34. 34 is bigger than 19. It looks like I got my arrow going the right way. Okay. W divided by negative 4 plus 8 is greater than 9. I need a negative 8 on both sides. That gives me the 0 here. So W divided by negative 4 is greater than 1. Multiply both sides by negative 4. When you multiply by a negative, you need to switch the sign. So this gives me 1W less than negative 4 as my answer. Negative 4 needs to be on my number line. I'm going to just go up to 0, I guess, and maybe down to negative 8. And it's an open circle at negative 4. W is less, so we need to go towards the less than numbers. And I'm going to go ahead and quickly check a solution. This one had a negative in it, so I just want to make sure I got the sign change right. If I try a negative 8, this should give me a correct answer. Negative 8 divided by negative 4 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 bigger than 9. That does check out. Things are looking good. Which graph represents the solution of negative 7 times x plus 3 less than or equal to 28? Let's solve it. I'm just going to copy it down and solve it. Negative 7 times parentheses x plus 3 less than or equal to 28. I'm going to simplify this by distributing. Okay. So negative 7 times x, negative 7x. Negative 7 times positive 3 is negative 21. Let's go ahead and get rid of the negative 21 with a positive 21. And that gives me 49 on this side and negative 7x on the other side. I need to divide both sides by that negative 7. Sorry, that looks a little funny. Divide by negative 7. Anytime you divide by a negative, you need to automatically switch the sign. This is 1x greater than or equal to negative 7. So, since it matches with that, we need to find the graph that shows a boundary point at negative 7, which is one of these two. And it shows numbers greater. Well, that would be B. So that would be the correct solution. Just to make sure we're good, let's try in 0. Negative 7 times 0 plus 3, that's negative 7 times 3, which is negative 21. Negative 21 less than or equal to 28 is true. So that one appears to be correct. Solve the inequality, graph the solution. Okay. On this, we're going to have to distribute to simplify first. So 2 times k is 2k, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. We go ahead and add 10 to both sides to get rid of the negative 10. And we get 2k is less than 16. If we divide by the 2, no need to switch the signs here because we divided by a positive number. K is less than 8. So my 8 on the number line, I'm going to have an open circle, and my k's are less, so I need my arrow going in the less than direction. Next example, I'm going to need to distribute to get rid of the parentheses. Negative 4 times n is negative 4n. Negative 4 times negative 10 is positive 40. And it's less than 32. I'm going to do negative 40 on both sides to get rid of the positive 40. Negative 4n is less than negative 8. I'm going to divide by negative 4. And anytime you divide by a negative or multiply by a negative, you'll switch the sign. This gives me 1n is greater than 8 divided by 4 is 2, and negative divided negative makes it positive 2. So n is bigger than 2. Just throw a number line down here. We're not including 2, but since n is bigger, it can be anything larger than 2. All right, number 6, the next example. Negative 3 less than or equal to 0.5 times 8 plus y. I'm going to distribute the 0.5. So everything on this side doesn't look like it's going to change. 0.5 times 8 is 4. And then 0.5 times y is 0.5y. We're going to get we need to get the 0.5y by itself, so we need to get rid of the 4 using a negative 4. So negative 7 is less than or equal to 0.5y. Next, we need to divide by 0.5. Now realize here, since we are dividing by a positive number, the sign will remain the same. Negative 7 divided by 0.5 is negative 14. 0.5 divided by 0.5 is 1, so 1y. We get y is greater than or equal to negative 14, or negative 14 is less than or equal to y. So at negative 14, we'll get our boundary. Let me throw in a couple more numbers here. Okay, and our boundary is filled in. It says y is greater, so our arrow goes towards the larger numbers. And that's it.